It's Wednesday on Earth. That means a new episode of my favorite podcast.
This is very important information. None of it is an advertisement.
Skip the intro.
Fire. That's enough room tone.
Is it?
It is for me.
Is it?
You don't.
Is it?
Hello, Gorp, you idiot. It is I, Torp, come to bully you as I do every day at Durf o'clock.
Ow.
I poke you because you're stupid.
Ow.
I'm not attacking you. If I was
Garp?
attacking you, you would know.
What is that you're holding?
Nothing.
Is that Earth technology?
No.
Are you podcast binging again, Gorp? Give me that phone.
No.
Give it.
No.
Give me that phone. Give me that phone.
Let's do this thing.
Let's do that thing. So, for those just listening, let's just give a quick intro. Jim and I are the best of friends.
And we are on a quest.
Quest to make the perfect podcast.
The perfect podcast.
And the
Quintessential.
They sound funny.
On Earth, they call it comedy.
No, fool. I mean the audio quality is poor.
much. All of them. We just can't decide.
I mean, all Earth audio sounds poor when streamed from 70,000 light years away.
So why bother?
Because...
Okay.
I definitely know what it is.
It's a Meryl Streep movie.
They are not your friends, Gorp.
I know.
When we colonize their puny planet, they will all be destroyed.
I know.
And it won't be painless. It's gonna hurt. King Zorp wants them to hurt. Soon, Gorp. Soon.
So we're playing a new game where I have given Jim a snippet of my running list of podcast ideas. Jim has given me a snippet of his, and we're both...
Oh, my earthen buddies. You have no idea what's to come. So laugh. Laugh on while you can.
Alright, so this is a podcast called The Classy Cast.
Classy Cast.
Yeah, we're just so classy.
Welcome to the Classy Cast, where
We discuss all things that are fancy.
yes,
Things that cost a terrible amount of money.
yes,
And that we purchase anyway because we can.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
What have you purchased this week, Jim, that you did not need but gives you an incredible amount of class?
Well, an incredible amount of class. Well, this week I bought 7 sports cars.
Ooh.
And I set 4 of them on fire. Simply because I could.
Oh, that takes class.
Yes.
Set a sports car aflame.
Yes.
And what are you going to do with the other 3?
Well, I'm going to drive one. And then I'm going to donate one to charity, to Cars for Kids.
What a man of
Because
class.
I hear that the kids need cars.
That shows a lot of class.
And so I'm going to donate one of them to that. And then with the last one, I don't know, I'll probably just eat it.
Oh!
Yes!
I would say that puts you in a class all your own.
Yes, exactly.
Just eating automobiles. Wow, that is lovely.
I have money, so I might as well eat a sports car.
Now, do you? How long does it take?
That
you to
is
eat a
something.
sports
Now
car?
that is something that the plebeians simply cannot do.
Your classy internal organs are able to digest.
Yes!
mechanical
Yes,
parts.
of course!
Of course. Now, how long do you eat it all at once? Is it planned out?
No! Have you seen a sports car?
I have, in fact.
Do you have a sports car?
I do, but what I have not seen is someone eat a sports car.
Well, yes,
so that
but
is why.
you know of its size, yes?
Yes.
Yes, the size of the sports car?
But I
Do
also...
you think I could eat that all in one sitting?
If you starve yourself long enough, yes,
You
I
know
think
what?
you could.
Oh, that's a good point.
So how do you plan on eating this sports car?
Well, first, I will have my private chef prepare it for me. And he will prepare it. He will prepare it in many different ways. Some of it he will deep fry, and some of it he will bake into a casserole.
Oh, yes.
And some of it he will what is another way to cook? Oh, he will cook it in a crock pot.
Oh.
It will be a slow roast. Typically, he does that with the engine. You slow roast the engine to get all the juices into it, really.
Oh, I love a pulled pleather sandwich.
Yes,
from time
of
to time. I do,
course.
Yes. Oh, well, that sounds delightful. I
Yes.
might eat a sports car from my fleet later when I
Yes,
get home.
of course.
Well.
Yes. What have you? What classy things have you done this week?
I've gone around buying pearls.
Pearls?
Pearls. that were
Pearls.
Picked from the ocean directly. I want to see them plucked from the ocean
Yes,
before I
of
buy
course.
them. Because you don't know what happens to those pearls you find in stores, you see. I send out a team of people
Yes.
bring pearls to me
But they cannot pluck them out of the ocean until you are there.
until I'm there. They must wait. I say, go off,
You,
and I will join you at some point in time. Because
Yes.
I don't keep track of time.
of course not.
No, time is for poor people.
Yes.
Yes.
I have all the time that I need.
I can live forever because I have so
will live
much
forever.
class.
I will live forever.
And so I joined this team of pearls. I call them the Pearl Team, Pearl Team Plus for alliteration.
Yes.
Because the classiest thing in the world is to have an alliterative team of pearl pluckers. You see.
Yes, the pearl pluckers. I
Yes,
like that.
Pearl pluckers. My pearl pluckers do my bidding, and when I arrive, I say, "Very good. Pluck me a pearl."
Pluck me the pearls. I love it.
Those who are not able to lose their jobs.
Yes.
They are given a hefty severance package, I must say.
Oh,
I do
you
not.
don't. Oh, you don't feed them to your lions?
No. Are you in the habit of feeding your employees to the lions?
Only those that fail me. And they get 3 chances. You know what they say? 3
Oh.
strikes,
And lions.
and you're fed to the lions.
Yes.
They
yes.
say that. That's a saying.
Of course, in the circles I run, and they
Of
say that all the time.
course.
Yes. I am enjoying the classy cast for sure, because that's what I imagine
Yeah.
people with high class
Of course.
do.
Of course.
But like, I think there's something to that though. Like, people who are richer than God like can afford to live in a total fantasy.
Yes. A total fantasy where they feed people to lions.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome.
Why did we stop? Why did we stop?
Still do. Well,
No, I kid.
I sort of stopped because I got really uncomfortable with the thought of pretending to be someone so wealthy in the current time that we live in.
Yes, that's fair.
I started hating myself a little bit.
But
maybe that's not good for improv.
I will
in the
say,
game,
I
but
will say, we were comically wealthy. Like we weren't
Yeah.
like,
that's fair.
which is a form of satire in its own way.
I know. I definitely. I just got so uncomfortable with.
Satire. I barely know her. I don't know. Okay, here's something on the list that you gave me that interests me, and it also might make me angry. I'm not sure what's happening. So it says board games, but it doesn't say board games as in like roll the dice board games. It says board games as in like BORED games, as in like I'm bored games. Now, this could be interpreted in several different ways. I'm going to choose to go in this direction, where games that you like to play when you are bored. Is there a game that you like to play when you are bored? When you're bored, what game do you like to play with yourself?
Well, I want to start by saying I definitely have like a video game addiction, and my answer to that is to just totally not play not to play games and video games, but
Right.
a game that I used to play at great length was Skyrim.
Great game.
Love that game. So we could do a podcast about there's got to be a Skyrim podcast, but what would our Skyrim podcast be like, Jim?
Our Skyrim podcast would be... I don't know any Skyrim podcasts, but I do know of several Skyrim series where they go into Skyrim and try to just ruin Skyrim as much as they can. With, like, mods or they make avatars that are, like, the most disgusting things you've ever seen.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yes, it's delightful. The things that I'm specifically thinking of are Monster Factory and a series called Touch the Skyrim.
Oh, I love that.
They're both pretty funny.
Like, I don't know. I just imagine like a basketball player who like dunks really well, and they called him like Skyrim, and it's like, you know, like
Yes.
like
Yeah. Okay, I've put it together now.
yeah.
I've put it together now because
he's
there's
like-
a rim in
yeah,
basketball.
and he's like,
And he, like, can get up there.
he's
and
got
be like,
mad dunks.
I'm going to touch the sky rim. Ding.
That's the sound it makes when he dunks. Ding.
Whoosh.
What if
Ding.
he's like me and doesn't know much about basketball, but he's just insanely good at dunking? It's a story about a man who really doesn't know what he's doing, but he sees a rim and just is able to fly
Like,
at it.
I need to put a ball through that.
Yeah.
Whoosh. Just like that. Whoosh.
He's at the grocery store, and he
sees a cantaloupe.
yeah.
And he's like, this needs to go through a hoop. Find me a hoop. And then, like, the employee standing next to him is like, okay. And they get the employee is like freaking out, so he's just like, I'll dump this fruit basket. And then, you know, the geek goes like, here you go. And then the Skyrim man goes, all right, here we go. Foosh! And he dunks the cantaloupe into the fruit basket, which, funnily enough,
This is how basketball started.
correct.
God, we're so educational on this podcast.
Wow, today we've learned something. That was something you can learn from today's podcast, amongst all our other bullshit.
What's a game you like to play when you're bored, Jim?
No.
Oh. A game called No?
Yes.
How do you play No?
Now, no is like the game Go.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the game Go?
I've heard of it.
But it's for people that aren't good at Go.
Okay.
So they like start to play Go, and it starts off the exact same way. But when you realize that you're very bad at this game, and every time you put down a thing, it immediately gets taken by the other player, you go, no! And you flip the table over.
Is that how you win and then you win the game?
Oh, yeah.
It's just the first one to...
So here's what you have to do, though. You have to be secretly playing No while the other person thinks that you're playing Go.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to be like, I have to be like, hey, Joe, do you want to play the game Go with me? The classic ancient game Go?
Yeah, and I'm like, of course. I don't distrust that question at all.
Of
Let's
course.
play Go.
It's a
GM.
great game.
Yeah.
I just moved my mic, so it probably made all kinds of noise. I'm so sorry, internet.
We're none of us perfect. Go on.
And then so we start playing, and it turns out you're very good at Go. Good job. I'm proud of you.
I'm great at
Natch.
ancient games.
Yes, ancient Chinese games. I think it's Chinese. Oh, if it's not Chinese, I just was wildly
I
offensive.
almost said that and then stopped because I didn't want to be wrong. I'm so glad you did it instead.
And then it turns out you're really good, and I'm like, oh, God, darn it. oh, this is the worst. And I try and just deal with it for a little while. And I'm just like, oh, here goes my little stone. And you're like, I'm going to turn your 4 white stones into 4 black stones because I bordered them, or however it works. I don't know the vernacular of Go.
Right.
Because I think I've only played it on the computer. And then I'm like, oh, this is so stupid. Oh, no! And then I flip the board and I say, I win! And then you say, hey, man, what the heck, man?
I thought we were playing Go.
And then I was like, no!
And I'm like, oh, we're playing No. So then what the other player doesn't have a chance to respond.
Whoa, I won! Okay, yeah, the other player what?
The other player doesn't have a chance to respond. Once the game of No starts, it immediately ends because
only if you can somehow intercept the player flipping the board from flipping the board.
Okay, so I would need to wrestle you to the ground.
You would have to subdue me.
Oh man, so how many games of No last that long, would you say, in your vast experience?
Until one is subdued?
Yeah.
I would say they last about
Or how frequent does that happen? How frequently does that happen?
I would say about at this point, No's become a little bit more popular. Like it's like breaching into the zeitgeist a little bit.
Like hipsters no longer play No; they've moved on.
Right, exactly.
Right,
and now, people are kind of starting to know what No is. So I would say about 38% of games of No end with what's called a submission.
Okay.
And what a submission is the knowing player, right? The knowing
the one who initiates.
Right, the one who initiates the No.
Right.
Is subdued, right? Is put into submission, and that's why it's called a submission. And a
lot of different ways to go.
And either must be knocked out or he must be. It basically turns into a wrestling/boxing match.
Okay, so No is a game where if it lasts more than a second, it turns into a wrestling match.
Well, no, the game of No begins when the other player thinks the game of Go is beginning.
Right.
The board is not immediately flipped.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
Now, the funny thing is, if the player that believes that he is playing the game No actually wins the game of Go, he has lost. And
you've won, but you've lost.
He must find a reason, even though he is winning, to flip the table.
Ooh.
Because he is playing No, not playing Go.
What's it like when that happens to you?
It's tough. It takes a real strong amount of strategy.
I bet.
And you have to start talking trash. Usually is the best strategy.
Okay.
Like you start talking trash to the other person and you say, "Oh, looks like I'm gonna win. Looks like I'm kicking your butt, mister."
To get me to flip the table.
Right,
yeah, it pissed me off so much.
Not necessarily. You can't flip the table. If you flip the table, you have won the game of No.
Unless you stop me. Yeah. Okay,
unless I get a submission on you. Yes,
intercept.
Correct.
Unless I submit.
Right. So what I need to do is I need to get you so angry so that I can get angry, so that I have a justifiable reason to flip the table.
This game is so complex.
There are a lot of layers to this game.
It's like mostly it is a mental exercise. Like,
That's correct.
Like all that the audience, or there's not really an audience, but like if someone was watching a game of No, they would see the table. They would see the table.
I don't know
flip.
what you're talking about. The game of No has a very strong following.
Okay, great. So
they show it on ESPN. Whoa.
So do we call them like the people who the fan base of No, are they nobodies? They're like
yes, they are called nobodies.
Nobodies, yeah. So nobodies watching the game could easily think, oh, that was a fast match, the table got flipped. But really what they don't know is a psychological
warfare.
Battle. Yeah.
The psychological warfare begins at the very instant you say, "Hey, would you like to play a game of No?"
Game of Go.
Game of Go. See?
Yeah.
And there, I've already lost.
Yeah, and I won.
Right.
That's how I win most of my matches.
Right.
Is getting you on a podcast to talk about it, and then it slips you up.
Right, exactly. We were just playing there, and I just blew it.
You're welcome.
I blew it.
Oh man, the nobodies tuning in were just like, oh, that was amazing.
Yeah.
How Joe did that made us think he didn't know about.
You know, that might be. We should call Guinness up because that might be the fastest game of no that there's ever been.
You think? Yeah.
No, because really, this game. You know when this game started?
When did it start?
Weeks ago when we started this podcast.
That months
ago, really.
This is probably the longest game of no.
The longest game
that has ever happened.
Longest con. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I've been a part of several games of no that have lasted several years. I have one that's still going right now.
Whoa.
I won't tell you with who because
Well, with whom, but
that's fair. I deserve that.
Got him. Got him with grammar.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see why you play that, but it's interesting that you play that when you're bored because that sounds like a very active game. So that just like opens up.
I forgot that that's how we got here.
Yeah. So if Jim plays that when he's bored, what do you play when you're not bored? Like that? No demand is such a demanding game.
At this point, I'm never bored.
You're like the Hulk
because I'm constantly playing no.
You're like Mark Wright is like.
Somewhat.
My secret is I'm always playing no.
Well, like I mean, we've discussed recently that I've started a new job.
Right.
I have so many new people to play no with.
They have no clue.
They have no idea what's coming.
They have no idea.
No idea.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I've already started laying some
track,
real serious groundwork
yeah.
to get them real good and show them how no is truly played.
They're gonna be so upset when they get defeated. When they get no, what is it? Is there like a witty phrase for when you get beaten in a game of no? You don't get like no'd. That's a little easy.
Yeah, you become the no.
The all-knowing.
The note.
The note.
The note.
The winner is
it's
called
like
the note.
The goat. No, the winner. The winner is called the winner. The loser.
Of course. How could I?
The loser is called. No, I'll have a good name for it.
The duly noted.
They've been really trying to come up with like a good name that everybody's like gonna latch onto in the forums.
Oh,
and, like,
I imagine the forums are a very deep rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, the forums. If you go on, I regret joining the forums. Like
most people do.
Because first off,
forums
in general are just toxic places.
I would go there when I was bored. If I wasn't playing a game, I would just
like if I needed to find someone to start a game of no with, I might go to the forums and be like, "Hey, anybody got any recommendations for any good suckers in the southern New Jersey area that I can start a game of no with?"
Oh man!
And I get a reply in like 60 seconds, like, "Yeah, man,
Tommy sucks."
Yeah, you're gonna get him real good.
I imagine that's how there's a certain candor when people talk in the no circles. Yeah, it's like this. Yeah.
Or it's like a drug deal. Like, hey man, do you play no?
You trying to know?
You trying to know? Trying to know? I know a guy you can know real good.
Oh yeah.
You'll get that W for sure.
Get the dub.
Get that dub. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Such an encouraging drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the drugs, play some no. Yeah, it'll be great. Yeah. Oh, no on drugs, I'm sure would just be like. Can you imagine if someone dropped acid and then played no?
They would be like, well.
They might not ever recover.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with the effects.
Nor am I, but I can just imagine like
drugs,
no seems very heady, and then putting like a somewhat psychedelic on top of that would
it'll cause you to
maybe explode.
Yeah, literally
probably explode.
Well, I mean, because you're just holding in the truth so much.
Yeah.
And you can't let that truth out.
Right.
And that'll cause you to really like well up until eventually the person you're playing against becomes a demon in your eyes.
Now, so many games of no have ended in demonic.
The issue there
battle.
now, you've just reminded me that there is a subculture of no players that only play
Under influences.
under psychedelic influences.
Right.
Which, first off, let's say
We're not condoning this.
Don't do this at home.
We are
don't try
not
this at home, kids.
condoning
It's not a good idea.
Kids to drop acid and play
No, don't do drugs.
Definitely
Stay in school.
play the game of no, but
Oh my gosh, play the game of no.
but don't drop acid and then play no
no.
unsupervised.
But it does add another layer, because as you hold in your fear of letting the truth slip that you're playing no,
Right.
and the other player becomes a demon, there's a chance that you will attack them
right.
before they've gone to flip the table.
Yes.
Now,
And is that like a technical?
no, that's an automatic forfeit.
Oh, okay.
It's actually called a bad trip. You say, oh, he lost because of a bad trip.
God damn it. Yeah. I see that.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I'm tell you what, Jim, next time you ask me to play Go, it's not happening.
That's fair. That's the issue with me having talked about it today, but it is something I like to play when I'm bored.
When you're bored.
So, and that was the question. So
Yeah.
I shared my answer.
Oh man. I really liked playing Spider-Man 2, the game, when I was bored. On the
Okay.
GameCube.
Ah, yes, the GameCube.
And that was like the first time I understood what it meant to just want to play side quests all the time.
Yes.
I would just swing around. It's not Gotham. It's New York in the Spider-Verse.
That's
I would
true.
just swing around New York, looking for robberies, and
Be like,
swoop
hey,
down.
Hey, you robbers.
Yeah.
It's me, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Gonna punch you in the face.
Did we sing the Spider-Man theme on a recent episode of this? No.
Not yet.
I heard it at a... Oh, we were at a diner recently, and we heard the Spider-Man theme.
But the classic Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man.
There's not-
does whatever a spider can.
Child, please.
Look out!
Here comes the Spider-Man.
In the chill of the night, at the scene of the crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time.
Get me pictures of Spider-Man!
Oh, this is a segment we call J.
Jonah Jameson!
J. Jonah, Jameson, Joe, and Jim. All three of us with our J names.
Get me pictures of Spider-Man!
We have one goal in life, and that is a goddamn picture of Spider-Man.
Get me a picture of Spider-Man! Get me pictures of Spider-Man!
No selfies of Spider-Man, a picture of
Pictures of Spider-Man!
Talking pictures from a camera. I don't want no smartphone snippets, but pictures.
Pictures of Spider-Man!
On film.
Get me pictures of Spider-Man!
Because I still have a darkroom and need to get my use out of it.
Get me pictures of Spider-Man!
I love when J. Jonah Jameson comes to town. He's great. Easy, Tiger.
Rough.
It's a dog named Tiger because we're talking about Spider-Man. I have my moments.
A dog named Tiger. That's funny.
Yeah, a dog named Tiger. What are some really dumb dog names?
Most of them.
Such as?
I don't know. Spot.
Oh, that's not a dumb one. That's like classic. I'm sure there's probably like a million children's books about a dog named
Mr.
Spot.
Kibblesworth.
Yeah, that's dumb, but I love it.
I don't actually. I don't know. I just.
Okay, so I want to own a dog one day.
Okay, what are you gonna name it?
I'm going to name that dog Feeny after the principal from Boy Meets World, and here's why. So, did you watch Boy Meets World?
I'm familiar.
So the main character, Corey Matthews, his older brother Eric Matthews, who is easily the best character on the show, has this thing called the Feeny call, and he would call out to Mr. Feeny.
Ah, yes.
Feeny! Feeny, 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 Feeny! And that's how I would call to my dog. Feeny! So that's why I would name him Feeny.
I see.
All right?
I like that.
Do you think it's a dumb dog name?
I think I just established that most dog names are dumb. So
Is there any
statistically speaking?
Okay, odds
yes.
are yes. So, are there any dog names that you do not find dumb, my friend?
No. Because I don't know if you've ever seen me around a dog.
I haven't, actually. I've not.
I refer to all dogs as dog.
So that's the name that...
Yeah.
That's
I say-
in your book, the only fitting name for a dog
I
is
say,
dog.
oh, hello, dog.
Right.
Hello, dog. How are you, dog? Whoa, dog. It's a little... Chill out, dog.
So we know what you're going to name your dog.
I will not have a dog, almost certainly, but
But if you did, it would be named Dog.
probably.
Okay. How would you spell it? 2 G's? Like Snoop?
No. No. No.
Traditionalist.
Probably.
D-O-G.
D-O-G.
Okay. Just wanted, clarity.
My dog. This is my dog.
Yo, dog. This is my dog.
Yeah. That's what I'd be nervous that people would think that I'm like channeling Randy Jackson or something, and I'm not.
Just showed our age.
Hey,
I don't.
Dog.
I don't think any. I don't know anyone who still thinks that. No, I.
There was a Geico commercial recently with Randy Jackson in it.
Did he drop the word dog?
Yeah, it was like Randy Jackson at a dog show.
Oh, that's
Surprising.
yeah. Right. That's good.
The fact that you can save 1,500% or more on car insurance by switching to Geico, not surprising. This episode of Do You Want to Make a Podcast is sponsored by Geico. Save 15% or more on car insurance by switching to Geico.
I think if we just start saying that episodes are sponsored by companies, eventually they will sponsor
Eventually
us.
it will come true.
All right, so let's just get it out there now. Every podcast sponsored by Casper, Blue Apron, HelloFresh, Squarespace,
Audible.
They've all sponsored this episode of Do You Want to Make a Podcast?
Harry's.com.
Harry, absolutely. Got to get your razors delivered every month.
Oh my gosh.
ZipRecruiter?
ZipRecruiter.
You gotta-
Stamps.com.
Stamps. Yeah, you got to get your stamps
Gotta
to
get
mail
your
those
stamps.
acceptance.
You get a
to
free,
mail those offers.
you get a free postage scale.
Oh God, I've been needing
That's what I
to weigh
needed.
my paper mail that I still send out all the time.
Yeah.
I need stamps.com.
Yeah.
Best sponsor ever. What else? What else is on there? With
Lamps.com.
Lamps.com. Yeah.
Lamps.com.
Lamps.com.
Oh my gosh, you gotta go get some lamps at lamps.com. Have you ever been on lamps.com?
I spend hours on lamps.com. I also want the listeners to know this episode sponsored by clamps.com.
Oh,
for all your,
my God,
For all your
yes.
housing projects.
Clamps.
You need to hold that wood together when you're gluing it with the wood glue with the clamps.
Well, it has those kinds of clamps. It also has the doctor kind of clamps.
Yes.
But
For your
it
surgeries.
actually whenever you order a doctor clamp, the delivery person will show up in scrubs.
Ooh.
And will be
novelty.
And will wait for you to turn around and go clamp. And then and only then will they deliver it to you.
That's great. Use offer code DoYouWantToPod to save up to 20% on your next order at clamps.com.
And if it doesn't work,
they lied to you.
yes,
not us.
Send them emails and say, why haven't you? Why?
Say, we heard about you from the best podcast.
Right, exactly.
And we're trying to buy clamps from you, so we need more coupons. You need to keep sponsoring
Can we
this podcast.
take a second and make sure that clamps.com is not a porn site? Because I feel like it could be. Maybe.
A porn site?
I don't know. Or something sketchy as hell.
All right, well, let's see here. Hang on.
Pull it up.
Clamps.com. Nope, not a porn site.
Well, that's good.
Not going to say what it is because I want people to go there and use promo code DoYouWantToPod. So I'm not just going to...
I'm going to go.
Not going to
Am I
reveal
going to get a virus from
mystery.
it?
No, you're not.
Okay, then I'll go.
All right. Man, so many sponsors. We're really just taking off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm soon the Classy podcast will be a real thing.
Yes, quite.
Oh, this site.
Yeah, great site.
Oh, okay.
Don't ruin the mystery, Jim.
This site is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wow, clamps.com.
Clamps.com.
Who would have believed it?
Who wouldn't believe it?
Yeah, I don't know why I was so surprised. I've been there. I go there all the time.
Yeah.
For all my clamp needs.
For all my clamps. Oh boy. So I think we covered a lot of ground today, Jim.
Yeah, we had some great ideas today.
We did.
I think that this idea of us looking at each other's ideas works surprisingly well.
It keeps it fresh.
Fresh, so fresh.
HelloFresh.
Spicy.
Promo code D1APod, HelloFresh. Yeah, I think we should keep going with that. Oh, we should read an email. We got an email in.
Oh, we did get an email. That's correct.
We should read an email. Our first email ever
From friend of the show, Jill Raleigh.
You know, I saw that and I was like, is that the same Jill Raleigh that we had on the other week? It might be.
It is, yes.
We don't know for sure, but maybe. There's a lot of Jill Raleighs out there.
I double checked with her. It is.
Oh, well. Just killing mystery left and right. Jim lost. Okay, so Jill, this is after she came on the show. She then emailed in. So thank you, Jill, for just continuing for your support. So this email is it's not a complaint email, but it's not a praise email either.
Also, it is.
It's definitely. So our first email we will lump into the complaint category. Jill writes, "Dear Jim and Joe, great podcast. However, I am formally writing to tell you I do not enjoy your bathroom-themed ideas. They make me uncomfortable. Love, Jill." Sent for my iPhone. Okay, so lots to go on here. First of all, Jill, thank you for the love. We send it back. Second of all, thank you for following the protocol and emailing in. She emailed us at doyouwantomakeapodcast@gmail.com. I cannot stress how much I truly appreciate following protocol. I'm not joking. It means a lot to me. The system's there for a reason. And so yeah, Jill doesn't like the bathroom-themed ideas. We've talked about poo on this podcast. We've talked about pee. And
speaking of, before we make any promises to Jill, let's talk about another message that was sent in. This was sent in via Facebook from friend of the show, Liv. Hello, Liv.
Hey, Liv.
She has some audience participation for us about referring to the time we talked about pee, which was the premise of having to pee really bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I actually had to do that this week, so
it's a good idea.
You know, we can discuss that another time.
Biased, but it's a great idea.
The last time she had to pee really bad was when she played the plant at some point in a production of Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, I bet she was great.
I bet she was too. And she said that during the song "Just the Gas," which is a time where she does get to take a break, but I don't think, if I remember correctly about the show, I believe she gets to take a break at that point. But
I don't know I don't know the show too
I don't
well.
think she could get out enough to actually use the restroom.
Right.
But yeah, so she was stuck in the plant and she had to pee really bad, and that was a real struggle for her. And then she also said, "Thank you, have a nice day." So thanks, Liv. Thank you for sharing.
So
it's really cool. If you want to share with us, you can share with us. But first, let's make a decision about Jill's message.
Well, you know, that's what I'm so glad you brought up Liv's story, because that's really what we're trying to get at here, Jill. And even though the theme may be something you're not incredible about, you've just witnessed what it does.
Might I recommend a book to Jill? A book called "Everybody Poops." And just remember, part of the reason that we talked about poop and pee is because it is a shared human experience.
As evidenced by
Liv's message.
Yeah, Liv's message. Now, Jill, also know we don't really plan this stuff. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, and you know what?
Shit happens.
Shit happens, and a lot. Several times a day.
Yeah.
Unless you have some serious issues, in which case you should really go to a doctor.
But I just want you to know, Jill, that I hear you. I try not to go down that road more often than I need to.
Yes, and we try and we will try and be a little bit less pottied, sort of, maybe in the future. But we're also not going to make any promises we can't keep.
That's the thing too, is we can't sense for every one person, for every Jill, there is a Liv who might write in and be like, "Hey, I needed to share this experience." So just, you know, it kind of ends up being a wash when you add up all the people who don't like the bathroom talk, all the people that do. You know, it's a hard job we have, Jim. To like,
so hard.
It's so hard to like.
It's so hard for us to be white men.
Whoa, okay. I was going to say being on a podcast where you cannot possibly satisfy everybody.
That's true.
And just know that, Jill, when we talk about things that you may not like, we're hoping that other times we talk about things that you do like.
And like you said, it is a wash.
It's a wash.
And you know what? Wash does? Cleans up all the potty mess.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
If you have thoughts about our potty mess or anything else, hit us up on the social media. You can hit us up on Facebook like Liv. You can hit us up on Twitter or Instagram. All of those are at Do You Want to Pod. Or you can hit us up on our email like Jill did at Do You Want to Make a Podcast at gmail.com.
Bye, Mom.
Give us those 5 stars. Wait, stop.
Oh.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now. I need you to go immediately and tell a friend about this podcast
That's very
that
important.
you think would like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay.
You too, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
Okay, bye, Mom. I love you.
Bye.